feel like we were just here. Oh, speaking of we were just here, we got to talk about first week goals.
How did we do? How did we fare?
Well, we unlocked the Ruby episode redub by Achievement Hunter. That was the 5,000 level. And that was the last one we did. I think that was Thursday we did that.
Nice.
So we only have 4 days left to like double that amount.
Unfortunately, we hit the 10,000 goal.
Did we really?
Yeah.
And they didn't. You know what? I was in a meeting today and they didn't fucking tell me. Now I know why they didn't, because they were giving it to you to do this to me.
I got to tell you here on the air.
Fuckers in marketing.
They hit the goal.
Worst.
You really didn't want that to happen.
Oh, it's just like that thing is like.
I asked them
to edit it is going to be a pain in the ass. First of all, to get it to where it's a releasable thing. I mean,
you got to remove all the shards of glass from it.
That's no skin off your back, though. You got an editor.
Thank you
it's
for the lab control room.
It's 100% skin off my back. I'm absolutely going to edit that thing before I hand it off to anybody else.
So I don't know. I don't think there's a release date for it scheduled yet, but it now has to be edited, like Burnie said.
Working on it.
We're gonna have to start working on it.
Working on it. Okay. Well, that kind of seals the deal for what I wanted to do this week on my vlog, because last week's vlog was like 20 minutes of Gavin and I going to Special Olympics. It was great though. It was so much fun, and I couldn't find anything else to remove from that thing. So this week I'm gonna go a little simpler. Probably gonna do like Q&A. So
I love your laugh when I choked on my poncho.
I was so fucking happy about that. I'm so happy.
Were you guys the Swiss Alps or something?
We were in Austria.
Someplace with a goofy accent in high altitudes, right?
Goofy accent.
What is an Austrian accent, Blaine?
Schwarzenegger.
There you go, brother.
There you go. You got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Please ask me Arnold trivia.
What language do they speak?
Austrian.
Double Dave's just followed me. All right.
Yes, Austrian. That's what they speak.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's not an accent. That's not a.
No, it is.
Is he fucking with me? Austrian? Is that a language?
See, you got confirmation.
Is Patrick in on this? Because now I'm starting to think. Hold on.
You're so insecure.
No, I'm fine. Totally confident. I'm just gonna look it up real quick. It's not. I'm hearing from the angel on my shoulder. It's not.
Yeah, no, we're fucking with you.
All right.
I think they mainly speak German.
German.
Yes.
Yeah.
German.
Okay.
A little bit of Deutsch. 15 years.
We drank last
14.
night, and I have to admit that I'm a little bit
You hungover?
hungover today.
Did you
Let
go?
me peel back the curtain a little bit on how the podcast works.
Go ahead.
What time did I text you two asking if y'all could be on the podcast today? So I waited
Yesterday,
kind of late.
first of all, you texted us on
I
Sunday.
texted y'all yesterday. What,
Right.
like 11 a.m.?
Do you want me to look?
No, I got mine way later because that was the backup.
I had to confirm. Well, no, you were actually the first. I had to confirm them first.
I was?
Because they might have been shooting today, and I wasn't
Podcast
sure.
tomorrow, yesterday at 12:51.
Okay.
Burnie did not reply all day. Then later that night, like at 9 p.m., he texted me asking for someone else's phone number. And I was like, yes, I can give you that person's phone number if you tell me, can you be on the podcast tomorrow?
So how about this? You texted me at 12:51 and I replied at 1.
It's a pretty quick reply.
Can you podcast
I also
tomorrow?
offered to have sex with you.
And then you were like, come over. We're having fun. Then you like sent me a pin with your address. And I was like, no, it's okay.
Yeah,
I feel like
I stuck to my guns and I wasn't going to invite Gus to this thing, and then I had to talk to him. So then I thought I should invite him over. This was
Were you getting that phone number so you can invite that other person?
probably.
Who was the other person?
None of your business. What are you in on this for?
It was me, was it?
I have your number, Blaine. You don't think I have your number?
I just got a late invite, so that's all I'm saying. 1:48 is when you text me.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why you got a late invite. Sorry about that.
you text me at 4:20 and said, "Hey, drinks in my house 4:30."
Ooh, they actually started at 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were
And
also
then,
on the list of people not to invite.
Oh, okay. And then
I
I
was
thought
trying to
it'd be
hold the
like-
line, but my niceness took over and I invited you. Blaine, you were not. You were
why
just.
didn't you want to invite me?
8:44. Come over, pinned location, and I said, "What's the occasion? Am I in trouble?" And you sent me the blurriest fucking photo. It's just nonsense.
Let me see what time. Let
And
me
in
see
a
what time I
queue.
got mine. You got 8:44.
So Ashley put that thing together.
8:56. Can I get so and so's number? And I said, if you tell me whether or not you can do the podcast tomorrow. Then he said, I can, and fuck you in the butt.
That's nice.
I feel like
nice.
it was originally billed as like, oh, cheeky bevs on the roof until sunset. See you later. And
That's what it was.
It turned out to be quite a heavy night.
Yeah, surprisingly so. Yeah,
Lots
surprisingly
of,
so.
booze and someone started bleeding at one point.
What happened there?
Oh, didn't Ashley like cut her hand or something?
I didn't know about that. There wasn't that many people there. How did I miss that?
So someone
I
cut their hand.
skinned my knee like a 10-year-old somehow. I have a skinned knee.
Do you really?
Yeah, from that. No idea how I did it.
It was good. It was
Did you
fun.
fall off your bike?
I don't know. I mean, I was wearing shorts, so maybe that had something to do with it. But Riot's in town, so she wanted to see Riot. Also, Colton is in town because we've begun production on Laser Team 2. So Colton Dunn, who plays Herman in the Laser Team franchise, he's in town. It was supposed to be drinks for like Riot and Colton being in town. Colton then couldn't come because he had a personal thing he had to do. So
He's like,
yeah, he's like, fuck off.
Yeah.
So we're getting it all figured out. Next weekend we're going down to Lockhart for barbecue.
Nice. I was filming earlier today, and we were filming by the university.
So you've been on set, a little obnoxious, I think, last night. I kind of crossed that line.
what'd you do?
Right towards the tail end. Well, Meg was particularly funny because we ordered.
You were having some sort of eating contest.
We were, but she wasn't. I was so drunk. We would have these pepperoni rolls from this local pizza place called Double Days, which I discovered. Meg, who grew up in Austin, and I've been here for now 22 years. We both love this local pizza place, Double Days.
And it's not
You're
good.
probably not a fan, right?
No, Double Dave's is only good for pepperoni rolls.
So the pepperoni rolls are what we ordered. We ordered 3 dozen pepperoni rolls. Did you have any of them?
No, because they're all fucking gone by the time I got there.
Sorry about that.
I didn't have one either.
Yeah. So then I said, look, Meg, I got us a bunch of pepperoni rolls. She was like, oh, this is awesome. And then she ate one. And then for some reason I asked her, I said, I had already eaten 2 and I felt guilty about it. I go, how many have you eaten so far, Meg? She goes, I've had 3. I go, you've had 3? Oh, I can have another one then. She goes, well, if you're having another one, I'm having another one. She kind of goaded me into it. So then we got an eating contest, who could eat the most. But then I come to find out, or I realized this morning that I go, I just ate 5. She goes, I already had 6. She wasn't eating anymore. She was done. She just kept telling me. So either that I would leave her alone, or that she was just trying to see how many she could get me
You're
to
like
eat.
stuffed in the 6th one. You're like 6, and she's like, yeah, I'm on 7.
How many did you eat?
And she wouldn't even bother to get up and leave from her space on the couch to keep the ruse going. She was just knew I was drunk enough. She goes, no, as soon as I finished it, she goes, I just ate 7. I go, oh shit. I gotta get up and go. Who the fuck knows? I have no idea.
Oh
how many
my
I ate.
God.
I don't remember.
It was such a heavy night for out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
And it was one of those weird nights too where we didn't drink all that much. Like I'm not out of booze, you know. There's still
Well, you
tons-
did have a lot of booze.
We did.
You had potential for the fulcrum to be born. You didn't
Yeah.
you didn't hit the
Reborn.
fulcrum level, but
Well, Ashley kind of fucked up too because she planned this thing, and I actually kind of woke up. I kind of grumped at her a little bit in the morning because we had a laser team dinner the night before at a place downtown where it was like all like the what they call above the line crew, like writer, director, producers and stuff like that, and then the cast. We went out to dinner, and then the next day I come to find out Ashley had told Colton at dinner, we'll have drinks tomorrow at our place at 4. And I'm like, I got shit I got to do. I was out of town all last weekend, and so she started at 4, but she started at 4 for sunset, but it's daylight savings time. So I was like, the sun's not going to set till like 8:30.
we got there at like almost 5, and the sun was like way up there.
Yeah.
Loads of sun left.
She goes, no, it'll set at like 6:30 or 7. I'm like, no, didn't you check
savings.
this? So it's set. I tell you exactly when it's set, Gus. According to the weather app,
That's exactly what I'm doing.
7:52 was when it was supposed to set. So it was Ashley's fault it got heavy because she started us way too early.
And it was my fault that Ashley got drunk.
What'd you do?
I just challenged her to chug the remains of a Jack Daniel's bottle.
Oh God,
Jesus.
She was just like, yeah.
that's how the Cheese Master was born.
I know. Listen, I'm not a jealous person, but I got jealous of Ashley and Gavin yesterday
Doing what?
because Ashley was doing something. Well, she was doing something that she does for me all the time. She was scratching your head. Do you remember that? Yeah.
Why was she doing that?
I don't know. She just whenever I come home, she just sits there and like scratches my head.
That
like,
was really good, actually.
Yeah,
I'd
it's-
forgotten that was happening, but you just brought it all back. That was nice, yeah.
yeah.
You're lucky.
I know. I'm a lucky dude. Yeah, it's like not like a head massage. She actually like physically like just like sits there and just goes.
Joe the cat's also pretty lucky too. Then
Dude, yeah, she did it to me. I think as she did it to me as like a thing of like treating me like Joe the cat, like she was doing it as a joke, and I was like, that feels fucking amazing.
Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah.
Was she doing everyone?
What?
Did she give everyone a head rub?
I didn't
Dude,
get a head rub.
Okay, so Blaine didn't get one. So apparently
got
you
one.
were just a choice for
No,
me.
I
You
didn't.
didn't go. Oh.
I
I wouldn't be here today. I would have gotten fired if I had gotten a head rub.
I also did not get head scratched last night.
Not
she
even
had her
after
fill with you fucking little.
I got all the head rubs.
British.
you stole the rubs.
The hand
Come
strength
in.
was gone.
So was I just sat down receiving head rubs?
Guess we're like standing up over on the other side of the roof. She was going to town on you.
I definitely didn't ask for head rubs.
Yeah, she kind of forced them on you. All right, we're gonna have a talk when I get home. We'll see.
I mean, it's not like you'd ever want to turn down free head rubs.
No, why would you? Why would you?
You're pretty drunk. Started spitting grapes in my mouth.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, you do?
I tried to gauze a grape from my mouth into Blaine's. I was trying to arc it at first, and then I was no good, so I just was spitting them straight in at your face.
And I was just like, ah.
No, you're like, try again.
But at a certain point, there was spit on him, so you're like basically spitting in my face with the grape hitting me, and I was done with it. But it was like principle.
I was trying to hold it in my teeth and then just like thrust them in there, but one of them like fully rolled back into my mouth. I was like, oh, this one's wet.
Yeah, it seems like
got it,
by
though.
that point, once you've had that many drinks, you're just spitting.
Yeah.
Jason Ashley ever came to Austin, and Meg, Gavin, Ashley, and I decided to go out and go to putt-putt together. And we were going to have bevs and get kind of drunk.
Oh,
Except
yeah.
Ashley got fucking hammered.
She hit more balls in on other holes than the ones we were on.
She was teeing off. Like, she would put the ball down and do a full
Holy
swing.
crap.
Oh, God.
And I was trying to calm her down. And Meg was like, I guess it was one of the first times everyone had been in one place at one time. And Meg was like, dude, you are super patient. Because I was like, good shot, Meg. Like,
She was like blasting it. It was bouncing off the frog's eye and going into the other set of 18.
ended up in the parking lot of the McDonald's. And I was like, okay. But for that night, the reason we all got drunk is Meg, or why Ashley got drunk, is Meg chose the drink for that evening. And do you remember what that was?
No.
It was cotton candy vodka.
Barf.
Or it was cotton candy or whipped cream vodka.
They have like
was
birthday
whipped cream.
vodka.
It was whipped cream vodka in Diet Coke. So it tasted like vanilla Cokes. And Ashley really liked that and just pounded so much of it. But fast forward a few years later to New Year's Eve, not like 6 months later, I still had a bottle of this whipped cream vodka. So I was just trying to get Meg to drink the rest of it, so I didn't have this cheap sorority girl vodka sitting in my
Embarrassing,
house.
like,
This sounds
degrading.
familiar. Haven't we had this before?
We've probably had it since. Yeah. You're thinking about Whaler's rum.
No. I'm not thinking about whale. I'm definitely thinking
Boy.
about whipped cream vodka.
Yeah, Cabana Boy.
Yeah, that used to be Burnie's favorite drink. Do they even still make that? Cabana Boy rum?
I've looked for it and I can't find it. Cabana Boy, it's a vanilla rum. It has a shirtless dude on the bottle. Guys,
Sounds
Jeff,
like
you
the
the
liquor
liquor
card?
Market for that?
they would make fun of me relentlessly. For
Yeah,
that.
but no.
Recordings of some guy who had hypoxia. What's it called? Is it
Yeah.
hypoxia?
Hypoxia.
So he wasn't getting enough oxygen, and you
Did
can
I
hear.
agree to scale Mount Everest with Meg
Yeah,
yesterday?
yeah. You were obsessed with like climb Everest with me. Climb Everest.
Was it my idea?
Yeah, because she was like she
Not
was
doing
reading
that.
about climbing accidents, and I was reading about plane stuff. But anyway, there's this recording of this guy. I don't know what he's flying over, if it's a passenger jet or some just tiny plane. But he's so high on lack of oxygen, and he was trying to describe to air traffic control. He's like, unable to control airspeed, and he's trying to because he's like can barely like word it, so he's talking really slowly, and then he's like unable to control heading, and he's listing all the stuff he can't do, and then he's like, other than that, A-okay.
Jeez.
And their traffic control is like reduce altitude, and eventually he comes down and he like
starts getting
gets
oxygen.
his mind back.
Jeez.
But at the beginning he was just like didn't know what was going on, but somehow was able to relay all the correct information.
Well, Destin from Smarter Every Day did that really awesome.
Did it deliberately?
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Video.
And it makes sense why you have to put the person's. You put your own
Yours,
on
yeah.
first, and then the next person.
it
But
goes
apparently
fast,
it makes
yeah.
you like euphoric, like you're about
Yeah.
to die, and you become like you sound really sarcastic and funny.
Yeah.
Meg
Well,
was-
he had his mask like this, and all he had to do was take the mask and clip it, and he'd have been okay. And to his credit, he lasted longer than anybody else in that chamber. And they're telling him, "Hey, put your mask on," and he's like, "Uh-huh." And they said,
Put a mask on or you're about to die.
if you don't put your mask on, you will die. And he goes, I don't want to die. And they said, put your mask, and he couldn't. He would
someone had to do it. That's
Someone had
why
to do
you
it for
put your
him.
own
He would have
mask
died.
on.
Yeah.
Meg was talking to me about the Everest thing, and she was talking about like how she was watching Everest accidents.
Meg, by the way, is
and-
obsessed with climbing accidents because she's on Japan time still. She wakes up at 5 a.m. and then she starts reading about climbing
They're
accidents.
super fucking interesting. There was like one where a guy was like they were carrying a body, and then the guy in the back was like acting like a loopy idiot because he was like low on oxygen, and then he starts falling, and then they're like, "Let the bag go," and he's like watching as he's falling, and then he like lets it go, and he just has no response to try to save himself. He just lets go, and he just like slides off of a cliff. Totally euphoric.
Whee!
Yeah.
Dead.
Wow.
But then the guy that they're
Jeez.
trying to carry, apparently he was like realizing that he was slowing the whole group down. So in the middle of the night, he just rocks off of his bed and rolls off a cliff. He
What?
sacrifices himself.
There's
so
a
that,
bunch of like
What a fucking great
pretty
story.
much every climbing story is like, and they were dead.
And then
it's
they
just
died.
like, oh, he slipped.
Yeah.
Like there was one guy who slipped down, like slid down the whole way, and then he landed on some stable ground and lived. And he was like, shit, I'm okay. And then someone came down to like help him back up. By the time they got down there, he slipped again and died.
Really?
Yeah, he'd already like gone even further down. And it's just like,
it was
just like that. Just
it was
people
the
die.
creepiest, most fascinating story ever. Like just listening to shit that happens on Everest.
And
People
apparently one of the landmarks on Everest is this body,
Yeah.
green boots. I think.
and he's gone now.
Oh, was it
Wait,
after
wait.
the avalanche or something?
Yeah, like either someone took it
Oh,
or
what?
or he was swept away. But like that landmark is gone now.
Winter is coming. he's up and walking. Sorry, that was very.
And you were telling me about a plane that,
I think I was
flung
gonna say-
that woman.
Oh, right, yeah. But this is probably what got you on your kick of listening to air traffic control. I sent you that air traffic control recording of that accident at Heathrow.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to listen. There's like from a major aircraft incident, and to listen to air traffic control and how they handle this situation. Like they don't necessarily know everything that's going on, but
Yeah.
the way that they're rerouting planes.
That
and-
was the flight where they had ice crystals in the fuel
yeah.
and didn't know they were crashing until like 100 feet from the runway,
Yeah.
where it just like
They
they
crashed
lost
at the
power
end of the
and
runway.
fell short. They landed like 100 feet short of the runway.
Bummer.
There's a picture of it where it's like you can see where it landed and just like veers to the right at the start of the runway. Like they almost made it. But like he's basically calling Mayday as he's crashing. So all of a sudden, without warning, a plane has crashed. And then
Yeah,
air
you think it's coming to land, and then
Yeah.
it's like, oh no, it crashed.
air traffic control is like immediately on all the other planes, like go around, and then you hear like Qatar going around.
Yeah.
And then they have to, whenever someone calls Mayday, you have to list the aircraft type and the reason for Mayday. Or when you call like medical
Yeah.
to a plane, like if someone's had a heart attack,
Yeah.
you have to give the aircraft type and the reason. So it's like aircraft type is 777. Reason is crash. The aircraft has crashed. It's like super
Wow.
obvious stating, but it's like really interesting how they word it all.
What,
Yeah.
So do you, when you listen to these, does it matter to you if that plane crashes and that person dies? Is it still, do you
It
still
wouldn't
want to
even
listen to it?
matter. Oh, they prevent you from listening to it?
Or, no, or like, do you want to listen
I think
to
it goes
that?
into
I've
this-
heard it. I've heard it always.
You're probably assuming that most of the people die in an airplane crash, I would assume.
I mean, a lot of planes crash land and everyone gets off.
But like, I don't know if there's like that not safe for life tag on like Reddit where
Yeah.
it's like, if you watch this, you're watching someone die and that might affect you. So I don't know if you guys are
No,
into
absolutely.
it.
For
I know what you're
audio,
talking about, yeah.
for audio only, it's not as bad to look at.
I don't know. It's
Or
so
to,
weird.
to look at.
It's like listening to a ghost. Or
Well,
something.
'cause you're
It's one of
looking
the
at
things you get
subtitles.
desensitized to, and I don't know if I want to get desensitized
Right.
to it.
I don't think I can listen to that.
The, never look at any dash cam video from China. That's would be my recommendation.
Why from China?
Oh yeah.
Because everyone's on scooters, except for the people who are driving 18-wheelers that are with no like
Oh,
licensing or
Just
regulation.
mowed under.
No, it's unbelievable. Like, or just like the best is here comes this cute little Chinese couple coming up to an intersection. Oh, this semi's turning the corner too fast, and it just goes bonk. It just falls over like onto them, just tips over sideways.
That's sad.
It's like a house falling on you. Anyway, talking about Mount Everest makes me think about Gavin's big running theory about if you fall out of a plane, you can just run down a mountain. I actually,
It's not my theory. Everyone keeps saying it's my theory. You were telling me that someone thought that was real, and I was like, I agree with it.
oh, it's your,
It was like your friend who
your
had this theory.
guilt by association. Yeah, who was it? Ben Thomas, I think, was the guy.
I was
who
just like,
thought
yeah, I can see that. It's like a
And-
death slide.
The chances of you landing at the anyways.
Well, we've never really, I don't think, talked about this particular example that actually proves what you're saying is true. I saw, it wasn't related to the Special Olympics. I just saw a competition, a ski jump. And let's just say the guy had an amazing jump. And he went too far and went past the point where the hill is.
God.
And he just landed. But it was like the runway thing. It was probably like 4 feet too far. And it was a big fucking difference in that guy's life.
Yeah,
Because it was
even
just like
4 feet of ramp will transfer downwards to forwards,
right.
just enough for you to not break your legs.
And he got right at the bottom, and
Is
it
he
was,
okay?
it was like that was good timing on the hit of the mic. It was like skis went flying everywhere, so I hope he's okay. I have no idea.
Probably
Dude's
not.
dead.
He had on a helmet.
You witnessed
So.
death.
I don't know. They float when they're in there. It's weird. That ski jump is way different jump than anything else, and it's just two little sticks on your feet, but somehow they.
It might just be a trick of the camera.
Is that
They're
what it
not
is?
floating.
Yeah.
They feel like they're floating.
I mean,
like,
They're fucking flying through the
If-
air.
like if you didn't have skis and you went down that ramp with the same speed, you would You would do that too.
You think
Yeah.
about dudes though with like wingsuits that are going down. They're like stopping wind, and they're still